Hello, 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 and welcome to 52 Weeks of Flow, the podcast that delves into the depth of human potential and the transformative power of flow. On this show, we talk about peak performance, flow, energy, and bridge the gap between science and woo-woo. Through authentic stories and real-life examples, my guests and I will help you dive into your superpowers and create your next level of success. My name is Bea-Marie, neuroscience geek, flow enthusiast, and your guide to rewilding yourself. I'm on a mission to raise the frequency of the planet by supporting you to untame yourself and step into your flow.
My guest today is going to blow your mind because she has blown mine. I stalked her a little bit before I even approached her to invite her to this podcast because she has been Miss United States 2021. She is an integrative health practitioner, personal trainer, group fitness instructor, business coach, and author of the Amazon #1 bestseller, Holistic Health Clean Eating Cookbook. With over a decade of experience in the health and fitness industry, she uses her health struggles and education to teach and coach others who feel like they have tried everything to find the underlying root cause to finally get their health and body back holistically. So, welcome to the stage, Brea, Sharron, Estep. I hope I pronounced your name right.
Hello, hello, hello. Yes. Welcome, everyone. And thanks so much for having me. I'm super excited to have this conversation.
I think this is one of the most important conversations to have in our time today because we're talking about our health. We're not talking about money. We're not talking about family. We're not talking about purpose, and we're not talking about work, but what we're talking about, one of the most essential things to think about in this lifetime, and that is our bodies and our health. So I am super excited to talk to you about this because, yes, before I talk too much, please tell us a little bit about your story and where you came from and what you overcame.
Yeah. And you said that talking about our health, but I truly think that our health is the foundation for our wealth, for our jobs, for everything. I mean, without health truly is wealth. And I don't take it lightly what I do as an integrative health practitioner. And yeah, just super honored to be that foundation to help people look and feel their absolute best. But my story got started, oh gosh, years and years and years ago. I had a dad who was diagnosed with cancer and lost that battle. I had a brother who died from unknown causes, and then dealt with loss and infertility. So health has always been super important to me. And growing up, I was pretty healthy-ish. My parents did the best that they could, made sure we ate vegetables. But you just don't know what you don't know. And I was about 20 years old in I'd say actually in my mid 20s. And it was it was a really hot day here in North Carolina. I'm from North Carolina. If you guys don't hear the 18 syllables in Carolina. And I had just finished my afternoon shift at the personal training gym that I was working at. And it took me just a little bit more than a lot of effort to get out of the car and get inside from the heat. And I remember sitting at the bottom of the stairs and looking up and thinking, I literally don't have the energy to make it up these stairs. And I was just mentally, physically, and emotionally drained. So what I didn't tell you is I gained 30 pounds in less than 3 months doing all of the right things. I owned a gym, like I mentioned before COVID, and I was telling all of these other women how to get healthy. And I was doing the same thing. I was eating low carb. I was eating no sugar. I was working out 6 days a week with cardio and weights. I was doing all of the right stuff, and I kept piling on the pounds, and I couldn't figure out why. And nobody seemed to help. I had tried all of the diets, all the workouts, all of the things, and nothing was working. So I took a shot in the dark, Hail Mary to integrative health. And through that journey, became an integrative health practitioner. And I knew if I could help myself get out of this, I've tried everything, that I could truly help other women heal holistically. So that's how I got started.
That's absolutely beautiful. And I love that you said, if I can help myself, then I can help others, because I think that's most of the time how the journey starts, that we have a struggle with something, we try to solve it, and on the way we come to the conclusion that, wow, if I can solve that for myself, then I can do it for others as well. And I saw on your Instagram that you also do a lot for moms. So I figure that since you are a new mom, this is like right down your alley now.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's also how I ended up in integrative health. I was dealing with a lot of hormonal issues. Of course, I was dealing with the unexplained weight gain, and then I had some chronic pain issues. And I say a decade plus of doctors and drugs, prescription drugs, and diagnoses that it was just, oh, well, this is wrong with you. This is wrong with you. This is wrong with you. And I'm like, oh my goodness. And thyroid adrenal hormone issues happened, which is partially where the weight gain came in. And just dealing with unresolved trauma. And then I got a little bit older and found the love of my life, and we were ready to start a family. And all of those years of hormonal issues caught up with me, and we dealt with 7 years of infertility. So that was rough. So stepping into this new mom space has been such a challenge, physically as well as just emotionally getting adjusted. I mean, you have your routine and life is good. And of course, we always wanted kids, and it was in the plan, but then I got used to doing my own thing, and I got career driven. And then I stepped into this new mom space, and even being pregnant, I was like, wow, it's not about me. It's how do I make this work for my life, but also my life when we've got a teether up all night, like last night, or how to give the best to my little one. And again, seeing that emotional side of it as well, without having a, food is good, food is bad, reward and punishment. Food fuels our body. How do we explain that to a little one? So I'm learning as I go, but so enjoying it.
I love that. And apologies if it seemed weird that I laughed earlier when you said, this is wrong with you, and this is wrong with you, and this is wrong with you. But right now I'm at the state where I can just only laugh at that. When people tell you what's wrong with you, it's like, no, you're perfect. You're perfect. There are some imbalances, but there's nothing wrong with you. We just need to figure out how to adjust certain things. So for everyone who's watching right now and saw me laughing at that point, it was just this inner dialogue that I had. So I'm coming back, new mom, you're a businesswoman, you have lots and lots to do in your life. And you have a teether, you just said that. So for every mom listening right now, I see you, I hear you, I feel you. So how do you deal with stress?
Great question. However I can, wave after wave. How does that sound? For me personally, what I have to do, and I completely agree with what you were saying too earlier. Our bodies aren't broken. They're trying to tell us something. God designed our bodies to heal. We just have to we have to listen to them and see what's going on, and figure out how to eliminate toxicities and replace deficiencies. That's what I do in integrative health, to give the body what it needs in order to heal itself, because it truly will. And at the end of the day, everything boils back down to stress. So for me, being a new mom, is my kid eating enough? Are the diapers enough? Is this enough? Is this right? Is that right? Do I get any sleep? Well, what about work? I can't let work fall. I have these clients that I want to make sure that they're taken care of, and all of the things, and want to make sure my relationship with my husband's good. Oh, and don't forget about parents. We got to take care of our parents in there as well, and all of the things. And for me, the antidote to stress is gratitude. So for me personally, big relationship with Christ. So I have to get grounded with Jesus every single morning and do some positive affirmations, get in the word, just truly, truly, truly find my North Star and have that time for me, even if it's 5 minutes. I like to drink my greens powder and lemon juice and pink Himalayan sea salt for my adrenals, as well as some apple cider vinegar, all of that stuff first thing in the morning. And then just find time to be thankful whenever I can throughout the day, but especially laying in bed. The last thing on my mind is everything that I'm grateful for that day. And sometimes it's a parking place up front. Sometimes it's that my kiddo took a nap when I actually thought he was going to take a nap, or whatever it may be, in podcast, and just being able to have conversations like this. So for me, gratitude is the biggest thing, because everything, like I said, boils back down to stress. We can see it on a biochemistry level, but we can also see it in our lives. We have that external stress with everything going on the outside, as well as that internal stress. So I'm focused on that internal stress, taking care of my body as well as I can to not create even more additional internal stress, but dealing with that external stress as well the best that I can, so my body is able to heal those deep-rooted issues.
Wonderful. And earlier you said through your journey of becoming an integrative health practitioner, you started healing. So what exactly did you do? Like, how did you heal?
I heal by helping others. I've learned that along the way. Some of the biggest, I don't realize how far I've come until I'm having conversations, and I'm like, I know exactly what that feels like. I know exactly what it feels like to need 5 Advil to get through the day and 6 Diet Cokes in order to make it to noon, and then a nap in order to get through. I know exactly how that feels. Um, I know what it feels like to hate looking in the mirror, mentally, physically, and emotionally, being completely overwhelmed. I know what that feels like, and I forget that I've been there before. But what I did for me was functional medicine labs. So I work through what's called the de-stressed protocol. So because again, everything boils back down to stress. So D, diet; E, exercise; S, stress reduction; T, toxin removal; R, rest; E, emotional balance; S, supplementation; the last S, success mindset and spirituality; then E, education, learning why; and D, delivery, making sure that I have the accountability to get those actionable steps for results. So I worked through all of those things, and little hinges swing big doors. So yes, it was some diet tweaks. I got rid of all of the artificial stuff. Like, that was the biggest thing for me, because I was living off of Diet Coke art and artificial sweeteners. Like the packets of Splenda, the yellow ones, they were my BFF. No, that's not good. Um, bad for your gut. If you can cut out one thing, go for that. Um, but working through diet as well as exercise, for me, I was doing too much exercise for my body. I owned a gym. I was doing fitness competitions, and I was just too much on my already burned out body. And working through every single one of those pieces, working through that emotional trauma, and making sure that I actually got 8 hours of sleep on a set-ish schedule as much as possible before having a baby. Moms, you know how that is. Easier said than done. All of those pieces, working through the mindset and really getting through that. But I added in functional medicine labs that were specific for me. So my specific protocol isn't necessarily going to be the same as anyone else's. It very well could be. But for me personally, I rebuilt my gut completely. So I had tons of candida bacterial yeast overgrowth that was causing all sorts of issues. And it's truly life-changing to have a gut that works correctly, if you catch my drift. So that's one place where I started doing functional medicine liver detoxes, doing those to really heal my body and just give my body a break, using autophagy to give my body a break and do that deep cleanup. What else did I do? Rebalance my hormones. Was looking at a thyroid adrenal hormone test to see where my cortisol levels are all throughout the day. Hair tissue mineral analysis in order to see the mineral imbalances that I have, as well as any toxic metals that I have. So bringing those imbalances either up or down, depending on if they're high or low, and then getting rid of those toxic metals like aluminum, and mercury and lead and cadmium and all of that. So that's what I did. A little bit of everything. Functional medicine labs, worked on inflammation, health, fitness, and mindset. How's all that?
Yes, yes, to all of that. And at this podcast, or even, in my business, I love to bridge gaps. So I love, that you're not just talking about wellness and feeling better, but that you actually did the laps, that you looked at every single little thing that could, create an imbalance in your body. So this is really the real stuff, the real deal, I would say. But coming back to stress and coming back to gaining weight through also stress and inflammation. Like what would yes, your stats or your labs won't work for others or what you did, but can you give like a general thing, like maybe even like a 1, 2, 3 plan? I know it's not that easy, it's not that simple, but for people to get started, especially women, over 40, after kids, close to menopause, like I always, with my friends or clients, there's always this thing of, ooh, I gained 8 pounds, but I'm exercising and I'm doing this and I'm doing, like you said in the beginning, I'm doing all the right things. So how can they get started?
Yes, absolutely. I actually have top integrative health lists that I created. So, and feel free to ask anytime. I can include them with the recording, but there's certain things we want to add. Oh, I lost my screen. There we go. There's certain things that we want to add, and there's certain things that we want to get rid of, and there's certain things that we want to make sure that we don't do. So the first thing I say to do, and first place to start, is add more water. So you want to make sure that you're drinking at least half your body weight in ounces of water per day. I say, as I'm talking about water, I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm so thirsty, like just talking about it. Yes, absolutely. And of course, we can get into all of the right type of water and all of that stuff, but make sure that you're drinking more water, ideally spring water, or reverse osmosis, just a pure water, ideally not tap water. But again, do the best you can wherever you can, however you can. Movement. We want to make sure that we're moving more, at least 7,000 steps per day. Next place I suggest starting and things to add in is a functional medicine multivitamin. So, 1/3-ish of the population has an MTRF gene mutation. Most people don't even know it. So we
I was
want
going
to.
to say, what is that? Sorry for interrupting. What is
No,
that?
you're good. You're good. Most people don't know, but it's just a gene mutation that most people have, and I don't even know what I mean, I've read it. I couldn't tell you off the top of my head what MTHFR even stands for. It's just an MTHFR gene mutation. Again, most people have it, but you want to make sure that you're using the methylated forms of vitamins. So your functional medicine multivitamins are going to have those methylated versions, which are the most absorbable, even if you don't have an MTHFR gene mutation. But if you do, again, 1/3 of the population-ish, there's different statistics, different places. We want to make sure that we're having the methylated versions so they don't store and become toxic. And of course, reach out if you ever need help with any of that. But the next thing I say to add is more sunshine. Get more vitamin D in your life. Yes, 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 yes. I'm not saying go outside and get fried or get sunburned or anything like that, but just make sure that you are getting that vitamin D, ideally every single day. Most people about 15 minutes. It depends on your skin type, but on average, 15 minutes in the sun, ideally with sunrise or sunset, is the perfect time. And then number 5, eat more plants. That doesn't mean you have to be completely vegetarian or anything like that, but maybe it's throwing some green peppers in with your taco meat, or maybe it's throwing some extra veggies in your salad, whatever it may be. Make an effort to eat more plants, ideally 7 to 9 servings of fruits and vegetables every single day. For me personally, I switch out my lunch meal. I actually make that one vegan and use beans or hemp hearts as a protein source for that one, just to get in even more plants. We want all the vitamins and minerals and nutrients and antioxidants that come from plants. And then number 6, make sleep a priority. So make sure that you're getting at least 8 hours of sleep a night. So again, everything boils back down to stress. When your body's in a stressed out state, then everything takes a back burner. Your rest takes a back burner. So making sure that your body has those 8 hours to be able to get into a deep sleep is so, so, so important. If you don't rest, you can't recover, you can't rejuvenate, you can't revitalize. So make sleep a priority, ideally going to bed about the same time every single night. If you can be in bed by 10 p.m. before natural cortisol spikes happen, that is ideal. Easier said than done. Not blaming the kid, but it's not true. I am by nature a night owl, but being in bed by 10 is ideal. And then last but not least, Starting your day with a smoothie, number 7, is another great place to start. And all of these really do build on each other. So, of course, first start adding water, but a breakfast smoothie, 1/3 of our energy every single day goes to digestion. So, if I can break my fast, breakfast, I didn't learn that for the longest time. I'm like, oh, break fast makes complete sense, right? If I can start my day with something already broken down, I'm going to have more energy all throughout the day. So again, best places to start: drink more water, get more movement, functional medicine, multivitamin, get outside for some sunshine, eat more plants, make sleep a priority, at least 8 hours a night, and then a breakfast smoothie. So how's that? Did that help?
That helped a lot. And if you need more information about smoothies, you can definitely talk to Brea, or you can also contact me because I love smoothies. I make them every morning. And you can also go back in season 1 of the 52 Weeks of Flow podcast because I did a whole episode on sleep, because I did the sleep seminar. And it was mind blowing what happens in your sleep cycles and what your body does during the sleep cycles. And when you don't sleep enough, then your body cannot do all of this. And you wake up with all the weight that your body could not work through, digest, and just a release. And then you start with that in your day. And then you're wondering why you're having such a crappy day. So, yeah. So you're preaching to the gospel here. I'm all ears.
I love it. I love it.
So let's please talk more about vitamins and minerals.
Yeah, absolutely. So, vitamins and minerals, what I tell my clients, my personal philosophy on supplementation is to supplement an already healthy diet. That's why they call it supplements, if you ask me. So, unfortunately, because our environment is just so toxic, no matter what you do, our air is toxic, our water is toxic. If you're drinking the best water, breathing the best air with all the air purifiers, well, you're probably still exposed to EMFs because there's Wi-Fi around us everywhere. So, and again, the pollution and everything. I mean, we just live in a toxic environment. Plus, our soil is just so degraded these days that you really do need a functional medicine multivitamin is where I start most people. And then what we're looking at from there, most people are going to need an omega-3. Make sure it's the 3 because your 3, 6s, and 9s all balance out. We're mostly getting enough 6s and 9s, and those can be inflammatory. So we want to make sure that we are getting the 3s that are anti-inflammatory. For heart health as well as brain health, longevity, all of the things. But also many people need a probiotic depending on your gut health. And I say that kind of with a caveat, but if I have, go with me here, sour milk, a cup of sour milk and a cup of good milk, or not sour milk, whatever you want to say. And I pour the sour milk into the not sour milk. The not sour milk, I'm mixing up my hands here, doesn't make the sour milk good. It just all is sour. Same idea with a probiotic. So many people do need a probiotic. I use a probiotic, but if you have a candida bacterial yeast overgrowth, I would recommend getting your gut tested first or talking to a practitioner, or if a probiotic hasn't worked for you, that's most likely why. So those are my main 3 supplements, as well as a vitamin D. Most people aren't getting outside in the sun enough. If you can get out in the sun enough, I live at the coast. I am very protective of my face in the sun. So even living at the coast and being outside a lot, I still don't get enough vitamin D. So I also recommend that one because most people need it. But again, functional medicine multivitamin is the place to start. And then I'm looking at functional medicine labs to see what specific toxicities you have and what deficiencies you have. So yes, a B vitamin is great for energy, but maybe you're really high on B vitamins and you don't need that, or maybe a vitamin C. Again, it's great, but just not my number one heavy hitter. First thing we want to do is functional medicine multivitamin, so we can have all of those biochemistry reactions that if you're like me, you skipped out in high school. We want to make sure we have all of those minerals and vitamins because minerals are the spark plugs of life. So they get things going, and everything builds on our minerals, like our hormones and our gut and all of that. So that's where I recommend starting. Did that answer?
Yes, that answered a lot because it brought me to the next answer. Earlier, you said that your hormones were all out of place. So, I mean, our hormones start to, dance cha-cha with us when we hit puberty. So, and then, they get really spicy again when we are in between kids and menopause. So taking care of my minerals, can that smoothen out the transition more? Or
Yes, absolutely. It can. There's also labs that we can run, but I need like selenium and I need iodine in order for my thyroid to be affected, which affects my hormones and that affects my adrenals. They're all, again, like you said, doing that cha cha slide dance. So when our body's in a stressed out state, everything takes a back burner to stress, like we were talking about before. And the way that looks for our hormones is called a pregnenolone steal. I'm getting into the nerd science. I feel like I need my blue blocker glasses on.
yes.
My eyes are really bothering me.
That's nerd out here.
Yes. So what happens through a pregnenolone steal is when your body's in a stressed out state, everything takes a back burner to stress. This was mind blowing to me. So again, yes, your rest, you can't recover, you can't rejuvenate. Yes. Also your immunity takes a back burner. Also your digestion takes a back burner. So if your digestion is taking a back burner, then all of the healthy food that you're eating is not able to be broken up and excreted out, and those toxins aren't getting out of your body. But what happens with the pregnenolone steal is when my body's in a stressed out state, it's going into fight or flight, and its primary focus is to produce cortisol. So the same precursors that go to produce cortisol also go to producing progesterone. So when my body's in a stressed out state, those precursors that would normally go to progesterone are going over to cortisol. Then my progesterone and estrogen need to be in ratio. So many women who have estrogen dominant symptoms, myself included, though the estrogen wasn't necessarily that high, it was the progesterone was too low in ratio to the estrogen, giving me symptoms of estrogen dominance. Therefore, when I was able to let my body know, hey, we're not stressed out, giving it what it needs, because when your body is stressed out, it burns out those minerals. So supplementing my body with the minerals that it was burning through, as well as letting my body know, no, we're no longer in a stressed out state. Everything is okay. Then I was able to rebalance my hormones naturally. And I was taking supplements to help support that as well. But that's how I was able to rebalance everything.
Does mindset do the job as well?
Yes. Yes, it does. But most people, it takes quite a while to do it mindset alone. And your body is normally, when somebody comes to me, I should say, it is possible. Normally when somebody comes to me, they're so far gone that mindset alone won't do the trick. I can't do it with supplements alone. I need all of those pieces of the puzzle. But if I'm telling my body, if I wake up every single day, I hate you, you're horrible, you're awful, you're ugly, you're fat, you're whatever. Yes, those supplements will help, but my body is still in a stressed out state, hearing that negativity over and over and over again. And if I don't believe that I can heal, then I'm not going to heal. So yes, but normally not alone, because our bodies are normally so burned out by the time that we get there.
So just like as a little mind game here, when somebody comes to you and you work with them on supplement, or you give them supplements and you work on their mindset, could it be that when they do both, that wait, now I'm losing myself. Where did I want to go with this? Okay, so yes, that the supplements could also be a placebo. You know, that you think you're taking something and that triggers your mind shift, basically, because you think that you're already doing something.
Possible. It doesn't help. Yeah, or it doesn't hurt. Yes, there is a placebo effect. Yes, a placebo effect can help, but normally we see on functional medicine labs that our bodies are so burned out, they truly do need those supplements. And it's like I'm trying to find a good analogy. If my car is running on fumes below empty, I can that's not really a great example. You know, when if you have like an electric toothbrush or whatever, or something that you charge, if you just pop it on the charger real quick, it'll work for a second, but it doesn't fully do the job. It doesn't have the full
Mhm.
power. So in order to do that, yes, I need to let my body rest and recover. And yes, I need to do the mindset work, but I normally need those supplements to get me to the point to move the needle, if that makes sense. Yes, I can move the needle a little bit, but I need those supplements to help my body move that needle again when I'm coming to an integrative health practitioner. For if you're not dealing with chronic pain, weight gain, being overwhelmed, anxious, stressed out, nervous, anything like that, then yes, possible. But again, for the most part, we need those supplements to help us truly mount that stress mountain, if that makes sense. But again, the idea of supplementation isn't to take those supplements forever. It's to eliminate those toxicities, replace the deficiencies, to get the body back to a state of equilibrium where it can heal itself. I'm giving my body everything that it needs to heal itself. When the body's stressed out, it burns out of B vitamins. Some people burn out of C vitamins, but a lot of people burn out of B vitamins. So when we give them B vitamins, they do feel better. But again, not everybody. Somebody needs some people might need vitamin D. It just depends on how your body's working, what you're dealing with personally. Does that make sense?
Mm. Yes, it does. And you touched on two really, really important points. And that the first one is to help the body heal itself. I love that you said that because I truly believe that our bodies can heal themselves, that they need a little help, that they need a little bit support, but that we are created so that we can actually heal ourselves. And the second one that you touched, whew, I should have written that down because that was really good. What was that? Um, Wait, I wrote it down. I think I wrote it down. Oh, that you shouldn't supplement forever. That you shouldn't supplement forever because a lot of people that I know, or like me included, I take my vitamins like every day. I just take them and I don't question it. I don't question it. And the other day, actually, my practitioner, she was like, "Are you still taking that?" And I was like, "Yeah, I just bought another pack," because she was like, "Yeah, no, stop. No, stop. Everything is good. You don't need, I only told you to take it this, now we took a test, everything's fine." So testing is important, correct?
Absolutely. And again, like I said, most people are because our soil is so degraded and our environment's just so toxic. Yes, there's going to be supplements, but I that you probably will functional medicine multivitamin everybody needs to take. And there's a couple others that you're most likely going to have to take in order to keep your body balanced. However, I don't like to use supplements as medicine where it's oh, okay, you're taking a multivitamin. Let's throw a vitamin C on there. Let's throw a vitamin B on there. Hey, let's throw a CoQ10. Hey, let's throw some of this and some of that. Let's throw some herbs in there. Like I don't want you taking 3 handfuls of pills every single day. Again, when I'm dealing with allergies or sinuses or something like that, then I want to give my body what it needs to support it to heal itself. But then, when there's not a cold or virus or whatever going around, I might not necessarily need to take those immune boosting supplements all the time.
Okay, awesome. And now let's talk about the body can heal itself. Like you experienced that yourself, correct? Through your healing journey. And you see that in your clients a lot. What do you tell people when they say, "No, I need a doctor. I need this to heal me"?
Good question. And my job as an integrative health practitioner is to support you where you are in whatever decisions you make. So hear my heart, not my words. When somebody is faced with choices to make with their health, whether I should do this or not, again, at the end of the day, everything boils back down to stress. So if I make a health choice and I am scared of the consequences of making the health choice, if I'm more stressed out about the consequences of making that health choice, and the potential side effects versus not making that health choice, then that's the right answer for me. Do what you're going to regret not doing. whatever that may be. And that applies to all areas of life. But if I don't believe that my body can heal and I need certain medication, your body's not statin deficient. Or it's not chemotherapy deficient. And again, my job as an integrative health practitioner is to support you wherever you are. But if I believe that that's what's best for me, then that's how my body's going to heal itself best. Because if I don't believe in what an integrative health practitioner, naturopath, whomever is saying, then it's not going to work for me. Hopefully that made sense and didn't come across mean or anything. Again, I support wherever everyone is, and my job isn't to change your mind. It's just to support you wherever you may be.
Mm. Mm. Yeah. Beautiful. Beautifully said. And you have this cookbook. You created cookbook. Like you have an Amazon #1 best-selling cookbook. What brought you to, of course I can guess, but please tell me how you came to write a cookbook.
Yes. So, funny story. We all lean in. So, I created a cookbook for people who don't love to cook. Like, do I love cooking? Meh. Do I hate it? Nah, I hate dishes. I shouldn't say hate. Dishes are not my friend. Like laundry all day, but dishes, nah, not my thing. So therefore, cooking, I'm like, eh. But I created a cookbook for people who don't necessarily love to cook. Some people do, and they still love it. But it's simple, clean ingredients that taste great. I wanted the foods that I enjoyed, but I wanted healthier versions of it. So a bunch of simple swaps that all came together. And I would take a recipe and I would be like, okay, I want tacos. Let me create a healthy taco recipe without a bunch of artificial crap in there. Okay, let me create a healthy chicken tortilla soup like Chick-fil-A does. So I created healthier versions of my restaurant favorites, my clean copycat cookbook that I made for you guys, which some of those recipes are in my big holistic health cleaning cookbook, my Amazon #1 bestseller. But I just wanted stuff that was easy to do, that tasted good, that the whole family would love, that you wouldn't have to go out to like some specialty store and get magic unicorn dust and have a food chopping processor, magic wand, wizard divider thing, stuff that you already have in your kitchen. Simple, easy, quick, that tastes good, boom, done. And I don't have to cook something different, especially being a mom now. I mean, my little guy's eating whatever we eat, but as a mom, I don't want to have to cook a separate meal for my kids, my husband, and then me. No, let's all eat the same things. And if your husband isn't on board or whatever it may be, okay, let's throw some cheese on yours. Let's throw some sauce on yours. Let's add a little tweak or something here or there so everybody's happy and I can get in and out of the kitchen in roughly 30 minutes or less, minus dishes.
Absolutely wonderful. And did I just hear that you have that for us here?
I do. Yes. Yes. Our listeners, today I have a free clean copycat cookbook. Say it five times fast. I can't even say it 5 times fast, of my restaurant faves made healthy. Like I said, the Chick-fil-A chicken tortilla soup. I make it tortilla-less. My husband throws in tortilla chips. It's chicken tortilla soup. No problem. Let's see here. What else is in there? Copycat chipotle guacamole, PF Chang's lettuce wraps, some more Chick-fil-A chicken tenders. I'm from the South, obviously. We love the Chick-fil-A around here. Yeah, so that's all in there for you guys, for our listeners today. So just a quick, easy, simple step to get you started. I found that most people, when they come to an integrative health practitioner, are like, okay, so I've got to change my diet completely. I'm never going to eat food that tastes good again. No, I don't want to do that. No, we got to figure out how to make it work for you. So simple, easy step just to get that journey started. So
yeah. And for all of you listening and for all of you watching, the link will be in the show notes and in the episode description, of course. And there you will also find all of the links to reach Brea. But I would also love for you to tell us where they can find you.
Yes. So I'm pretty fun on social media. You'll see stories of my dogs doing crazy things and my kiddo, but come join me on social media. I'm at Brea Sharron Fitness on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, X, whatever it is now. YouTube. I've got workout channel for you guys. Bunch of different stuff. But where I really love to hang out is over on Facebook. I have a holistic health, wellness, and weight loss free Facebook group for women who want to know where to go next, but don't exactly know what to do, and women who are ready to level up in their health journey. So wherever you are in that journey, maybe you're confused on where to start, maybe you're somewhere in the middle, maybe you're plateauing. I'm there for you every step of the way. There's recipes, there's encouragement, there's a great supportive community. I'm there to answer questions. Feel free to answer any questions. But yeah, just there to help you. Lots of free stuff that I throw in that group, but that's where I'm hanging out most of the time.
Ooh, that sounds so cool. And the link, of course, is also in the show notes and down here. So go on over to Facebook and jump in that group. That sounds just wonderful and amazing. So one last thing before we part. If you had one wish that would come true today, if you make it, what would that be?
For somebody listening to know that their body's not broken. It's designed to heal. We just have to know how to listen and to be able to provide them hope from this show or however, if you find me wherever. But I want to be that hope for somebody, not because I'm the answer, but because being filled with hope is what keeps me going. And not having hope, I'm absolutely nothing. So I hope that I'm able, and I wish that I'm able to just let somebody know there's still hope and you don't have to be hopeless.
That is absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for taking the time and coming on the show. This was an amazing conversation.
Thank you so much. I had fun.
Yes, me too. I love meeting amazing people. And you're one of them. And that's it. That's it for today. That's our show. Thank you so much for tuning in and staying with us. I'm giving you a virtual high five right now because you are part of the Flow family and because you are soaking up all those amazing information and you are creating a world and your world around you in the most beautiful way right now. If you need any more support, then hop over to my website, www.superwoman.coach, jump on the newsletter and stay tuned for more amazing gifts, for news, for podcast information, for summit information, because in January, we're also going to do the Superwoman Symposium again. So there's more to come and stay tuned for another amazing episode next week. And until then, keep shining, keep learning, keep growing, and keep flowing.